Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Let's go.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai. We are back on track and boy did we need it. Now there's a few narratives going on here. We dropped Mo and who shone? It was Flo. Flo Wirtz absolutely took the mantle in midfield as the talisman. The ball was pinged into him in difficult positions. He turned it around the corner, worked with McAllister, worked with Szoboszlai, worked with every player and broke the lines time and time again in the middle. They did not have an answer for Florian Wirtz in the middle, breaking through their press. But he also popped up on the left and he popped up in the right. One delicious ball into the 18-yard box, into Cody Gakpo's feet. If he opened his body up, he would have had a shot away. Another delicious through ball into Gakpo, where he should have opened it up on the left foot, but instead he tried to cut inside. Whoever heard that before? But you know what? Let's be honest here. Cody Gakpo is an honest, unversatile, single-minded player, and he ends up with a goal and an assist, right? The Gakpo at the end. Back to goal, turn around, hammering in. This time he didn't injure himself like last time. He also gets an assist from the pullback as well. That Alexander Isak absolutely flashed in. That's what you get with Isak. If you feed the Yak, not Yakubu Ayegbeni, he looks 10 years older than his passport, right? If you feed Isak, he will finish. He's a sharp shooter, that kind of thing, right? It was coming into him fast on the pullback. He opens his body on a side foot, bending it into the front post. Alphonse Areola, no chance in a West Ham goal. Let's be fair, West Ham aren't the best of teams. They aren't the best set as well. I said Mavropanos, Todibo, all these players, if you cannot create chance after chance for your number 9, your striker, your £125 million striker against this West Ham team, then you might as well give up the Premier League. You might as well just default every match because this is a team there for attacking and we took our chances. We limited their chances as well. And why? Why did it all work? Why did it look more balanced? Why did we look better? Did the system change dramatically? No, it didn't. And for everyone who thought that Florian Wirtz is replacing Mo Salah on the right wing or Florian Wirtz is going to the left wing and Cody Gakpo up front, I told you in the pre-match stream, I was 100% right. I told you. Florian Wirtz plays 10. Szoboszlai covers for Mohamed Salah. Why? Because we're so balanced. Because Mohamed Salah cannot help our right back. Now, Joe Gomez came in. Gomez Maldini, that Italian maestro, right? Good old Gomez. Impeccable. Amazing. A real baller. He's really picked up on his technical skills in terms of receiving the ball, passing the ball, playing the ball, and overlapping and delivering as well. He flashed the ball across time and time again, looking for Isak around the back of the defense, okay? We had Szoboszlai dropping into the inside forward half Mazzala position. I will do a video in the member section on the Mazzala, the registrar, the Segundo Villaro, coming this week for Shell Yell because I'm catching up with the members' videos now. So members, enjoy. Thank you to Jamie Rennie, the best of us right now, for providing 5 free gifted memberships. Guys, you need to thank Jamie in the comments below. This guy, this lad has a heart of gold, the best of us. That's why Liverpool Fan Japan community is the best, because everyone's here for each other and you guys are proper intelligent as well. Back to what I was saying. Gomez Maldini was protected because Szoboszlai kept coming back and back again to double up on the left-hand side. They didn't give him a sniff. Paqueta, who's incredibly dangerous, and we will get to his red card as well, he was nullified because Szoboszlai and Gomez, that double dream team, they had nothing down the left. Absolutely nothing. And when you couple that with Gravenberch shifting over there, and Konate, after Real Madrid dropped their interest in Konate like, I better pick things up here. Nobody's going to be interested in me. I can't even get that renewed contract now. Let's play proper, no nonsense, front-footed defending. And he didn't have a brain fart, which is much appreciated, right? For everyone who joined me on the live stream, I was going through the tactical analysis, telling you exactly what was up. Now, you may have noticed that it's Isak and one pressing, Isak and Szoboszlai, Isak and Wirtz, right? Ekitike and one, Gakpo and Isak, rarely, mainly Isak and Szoboszlai. Why did we only press in the 2 when the press was ineffective? We never turn over the ball high up and they can play behind them because we were expecting West Ham to pump and dump the ball into the midfield line to play off the second ball where it drops to someone like Jared Bowen or Lucas Paqueta, okay? So with that in mind, we bodied the midfield to allow competing for the second phase ball, because that's how we conceded balls. We conceded goals in the last few weeks by losing the junk balls, the second phase ball. They getting it, playing it across to the extra man over on the other side, coming into our goal and flashing it into the net. And we did it with aplomb. It's a thankless task to Isak and Szoboszlai, whoever, to press. But at least if you press, even if you don't turn over the ball, you create an idea where the ball will be hit to because of the positioning of the defender when they're hitting the ball, the trajectory of the ball, and you can set up appropriately. Okay, so that's what Arne Slot is trying to do. Arne Slot, being on his last stand, dropped Mo Salah, and we looked incredibly balanced because Salah doesn't track back. Salah's left-footed. Salah hasn't got the pace to go around the outside, and with Gomez Maldini constantly being able to go around the outside. Two trailer park girls go around the outside. Szoboszlai and Joe Gomez are better than trailer park girls, but you know what Eminem is saying, right? We went around the back and we played in that top right wing zone where we never play. In the absence of Frimpong, we never play there because Mo Salah cannot get there, and Mo Salah does not play Conor Bradley in there because Conor Bradley undercuts inside as well. In the absence of Jeremy Frimpong and Joe Gomez on this example, we never get to that byline on the right-hand side. But Gomez Maldini did it again and again and again. Joe Gomez, Joey G, never put a slight on his name. Some players have the physical attributes and the mental attributes to be match sharp, muscle memory, bada bing, bada boom. Coolest guy in the room, drop him in the team and he performs 7, 8 out of 10. But Gomez, as well as Bradley, as well as Kanate actually, need a run of games. They need consistently a run of games to get that match rhythm, that match sharpness. And the match sharpness is very important because a slight second too late and they're past you. They're gone. They nick it past you. You really, really need that muscle memory and that sharpness, which is why when Arne Slot doesn't play Endo, doesn't play Chiesa, doesn't play Joe Gomez, doesn't play Ngomoha, I have no idea what the plan is in terms of squad because he complains about not having the squad options, but he does have squad options because these are Premier League winning champions, captains of their national team, European Cup Championship winners, internationally being player of the tournament. They have the quality and the ceiling, not just a potential, the actual current ability, if you go by Football Manager terms. And he's not keeping them match fit and match sharp, which means they can't contribute when they're really, really needed. So he really needs to utilise the squad better. That's the biggest criticism against Arne Slot. He doesn't have the man management skills and the motivation of a Jurgen Klopp to keep the bench players, the rotation players motivated within the thick of things to call upon them and allow them to contribute. Now you look at the North London derby, right? Chelsea against Arsenal. Caicedo and Rice raring to go. Absolute Rolls Royces in midfield. And Caicedo got hot-headed and blew up steam and got a red card. But it doesn't matter. That means next game, you're going to have to rely on players off the bench to cover for him. And in that case, those players have to be fit and firing. But on occasion, Enzo Maresca actually allows them time on the pitch. Whereas Arne Slot is just refusing to use some of the players like Ngomoha and Endo and Chiesa. And it's utterly depressing. Really, that's the biggest slight you can have on him. You know, these are our fan favourites. So look at that Federico Chiesa song. He was man of the match, man of the month even, in the month that he came off the bench. And we're still not getting utilisation out of him. But at least dropping Mo Salah is one step in the right direction. Why? Because now we have balance. You can't have two inside forwards who doesn't feed Isak again and again, cutting inside, looking to shoot, cutting inside, looking for their own goal metrics. It's not Cody Gakpo's fault. Gakpo on occasion does try because he doesn't care about records. He has no records. He's just singular-minded, hasn't got the best first touch, hasn't got the best vision. But at least early on, he said it out how he meant to play by releasing Kerkez, who had a decent day. Got lost on a couple of occasions, but look, he was solid throughout, and Kerkez will grow into prominence because he's an Arne Slot favourite. He actually starts in the first team ahead of Andy Robertson because of his energy, because of his enthusiasm and aggression as well. Now, a word for Isak. Isak's hold-up play was non-existent. Absolutely pants. Useless. Every time Isak got the ball, tried to hold it up, nada, nothing. Bounced back at us. But that's not his game. His game is give him the ball in and around the penalty area, service him, look to slide him in, build a team around servicing him, and he will fire you the victories. The victories are everything. And we did that because Mo Salah is not looking to get a goal. He's not even looking to get an assist. He's not looking to defend to keep a clean sheet. He's not looking to do anything. At the moment, the system is lost with Mo Salah, and I explained why you can get the best out of Mo Salah and Liverpool if you build a whole team around him, but it should not be built around him because we have Florian Wirtz. How good does that sound? I told you, even if we're in the mire, even if we're in relegation form, I would watch Liverpool gladly every week because you pay to watch a maestro, the conductor of the orchestra, like Florian Wirtz, with their non-existent shin pads. His shin pads must be illegal. What is up with that? That is smaller than Jack Grealish, but I heard he put on like 2 pounds of muscle, pure lean muscle, right? So he's henching, is that even a word? Bulking up. He must be on that creatine and that good stuff, right? And he's got that German ruthless mentality. But he should have been more ruthless when the ball was played back to him. Was it by Gakpo on occasion? I think it was played back to him by somebody, and he should have put his foot right through it, but it was way too nonchalant. I love this word. I use that nonchalant in the stream again and again. Thank you to everyone who picked it up. I love Susan, that pink dinosaur, and the Duchess of Devon, Kim, as well, with the flippy flappy in, out, ticka taka. Yoga bonita. Bonita. Oh, it's good watch. It was good watch. It was good fun as well. And I could see what West Ham were trying to do. And wouldn't it have been typical when it was a junk ball, scrappy ball in front of defence, and the ball broke out to Bowen, Jared Bowen, on the edge of our area on the left foot, and surprisingly, he blasted it over and wide. I'm such a fan of Jared Bowen. He's bagged Danny Dyer, the daughter of Danny Dyer, the famous one, Mean Machine, right? Oh yeah, he would have been a good replacement for Mo Salah. English, honest, aggressive, can play false nine, got right foot as well. Decent crosser. But hey ho, Mo will definitely come back into the lineup on occasion, but I don't think he should come in against Sunderland. Sunderland hustle and bustle, second ball, set piece, jump ball. You need a Szoboszlai guarding Gomez again. Now, Connor Bradley and Jeremy Frimpong are due back in a week or 2 weeks' time, but they should not be earning their place over Joe Gomez. Now, I know people are going to make the argument that we have three fit central defenders, right? Gomez, Konate, and Van Dijk. But Van Dijk plays every game anyway, every season. And Konate needs to get rid of his brain farts and get his head out of the clouds from Real Madrid or wherever La La Land that he landed on, because he played better with no nonsense defending. A bit serious now, right? Shingeki no Kyojin, Attack on Titan, you know, the vitals. He vitally blocked us and helped us out on this occasion. And it was absolutely fantastic to see that Gravenberch and McAllister as well, back to their old trick, sitting in front of the defence, trying to play the ball through the lines. Gravenberch with a filthy turn in midfield as well. On occasion, which way did he go? His feet let him down, fell over, and still played a through ball on the deck. McAllister, on occasion, broke the lines with a through ball, but he still looks slow. Is it just me, or does McAllister still look fairly lethargic and slow and gettable? In the midfield, he looks like the opposition can press him and really put him in uncomfortable positions. Even though he's class, he's a World Cup winner, he showed glimpses of majestic talent. He looks so slow. Or is it just me? Curtis Jones came on. Now, he came on with love and hate and Marmite player Curtis Jones, but he took over Florian Wirtz's role straight away. The 1-2s working his way up the pitch. He was on fire. And this is the Cujo Curtis Jones with that dog in him that he's talking about. This is what I like to see. I love to see it. Kirkes didn't get scolded or lambasted by Van Dijk. That's also good to see. And I was fearing the worst as well when Gomez absolutely bundled and cleaned out Alisson Becker's clock on the hip as well. And then the temerity of West Ham to accuse us of time wasting. We wasted the least time in the last 10 seasons in the Premier League, this Liverpool team. Way too honest for their own good. We still don't snap into challenges. We still don't get unnecessary yellow cards and all that kind of thing. Even though on occasion, I think Curtis Jones came back and absolutely flattened Paqueta, took him out, cleaned his clock. I like that. But speaking of Paqueta, that red card, it was almost like he was begging for that red card. He got unduly yellow carded for, was it a shove in the back of, was it Szoboszlai? Did he just clatter Szoboszlai or someone like that in the right half space? And then got the yellow card and he's irate, berserk. And then the West Ham team weren't having it. Bowen, captain, did nothing to placate him. Todibo, other players did nothing to help him out. It was Alisson Becker and Curtis Jones. Alisson Becker, because Brazilian teammate of Paqueta, right? Was like, oh, come on, don't do it. You just come back from suspension. You only just come back from suspension. And Curtis Jones, being a G, was like, come on, mate, you're better than that. Go away. He went away and he came back and the referee, you dare, go on, do it. Do it for the people. Do it for Paqueta. Do it for West Ham. And then, red card. Speaking of that referee, oh, that what a joke. Do you remember when the first slide tackle came in and absolutely cleaned out Cody Gakpo, put him on the deck, didn't get the ball? Nothing. Was it Simon England, right? Simon says, that ain't a foul. I said, Simon says, I'll be right. Good process, lads. Yeah, good process, lads. He was awful, but not because of bias. He was just crap. Sometimes you can admit it. The referee was just crap. Whether he's crap in general or crap on the day, I don't know. But yesterday, he was giving nothing to nobody and making all the wrong calls. So, enough about that. We still grabbed out the win. Cody Gakpo, even on a okay, not a mediocre, just above average performance. Because he's a constant threat, even when he's not threat. This is why Gakpo plays, right? This is the type of player Gakpo is. Even when they're playing crap, goal and assist. But you could actually level that at Mo Salah as well, because Mo Salah in the last 2 seasons, even his record-breaking season last season, I'm not going to say that Mo Salah played particularly well. He didn't dribble up people. His assist actually was some pretty good finishes from our players. He's put in the right position to travel the ball, especially the outside of the foot, left foot curler, into the half space. The system was designed for him. Lucho Diaz, Jota, and Darwin Núñez running like a madman, right? He didn't absolutely steal the show like he did in previous seasons when he's in his prime, but he scores the goals. That's what Cody Gakpo does. Now, we're looking at Semenyo as well for January with the £65 million release clause. And now I think it's utterly worth it because what a dynamite player, better than Mane before we signed him at Southampton. But Manchester City are there or thereabouts. Oh my goodness. Imagine Semenyo and Doku either side. Semenyo is definitely much better than Savinho on that side. and he's a constant threat. They'd be deadly, ignite their season again. I don't know, man. It's I don't know. Let's get Semenyo and ask questions later. We do need a centre back. I still disagree with people who say we should sign a sixth destroyer. Where does he come in? Unless you're selling Endo, unless you're selling Chiesa, unless you're freeing up a squad place, how do you fit them in? We don't have the squad places. The squad is full. Squad is full. And we have a destroyer, and Slot doesn't play him anyway. And so, did you hear Slot's pre-match press conference? Wataru Endo, Wata. I've never heard him called Wata in my life, but Wata plays in Gravenberch's position, and Gravenberch's never injured. And Gravenberch is Slot's starting six. He is Slot's wet dream. Slot does not play Gravenberch in the 8. Slot will always play Gravenberch in the 6, roaming into the anchorman, half-back, centre-back position to take the ball and distribute with the Van Dijk and Konate going out wide. So if you sign your Wharton, you sign your Elliot Anderson, who there's huge competition for, by the way, what does he do? He's never going to drop Gravenberch. So think about it. Think about it. Will these players come in to play second field to Gravenberch on a World Cup year? I don't see it. And also, if you talk about a big DM signing, it's probably a summer move anyway, because defensive midfield is a hot commodity, right? They've always been a hot commodity in the last 3 years. Gravenberch, Zubamendi. Gravenberch wasn't even a DM. Slot locked in on him, right? Lavia, 60 million pounds for Lavia, who doesn't ever play. Wowzers. And these defensive midfielders are worth their weight in gold, right? Even you get decent ones in the Premier League. João Gomez and all that like as well. And they flop abroad because you never know defensive midfielders. It's the hardest role in world football when you're under pressure, the 10 and the 6. Okay, so yeah, we need a centre-back. We really, really do. We're struggling as well in the wing positions. We don't have rotational options, even though Engamoha should play. Now, here's the thing about Rio Engamoha as well. If you're good enough, you're old enough. It's true. And then on the other side, people don't want to burn out, overplay youngsters. It's also true. But we're not playing him at all. Play him on occasion when you need him, and then rest him on other occasions, because he's not going to start. He's not going to play every game. It doesn't hurt bringing him on 30 minutes. It doesn't even hurt starting him. Let him run amok because he's got game intelligence. He needs the game time. You know, he's a boy among men, but he looks like a man, a real man. He's like aged 20 years on the bench because of boredom. Him and Enyoni are so demotivated right now because they're getting 0 minutes. Rightly or wrongly, because we're under the cosh and we're not winning. But now we've won against West Ham, and we need to win against Sunderland, and we need to win against Leeds as well. Okay, and they are plucky, especially Granit Xhaka, revitalised Sunderland, a baller, the undefeated invincible season with Leverkusen. He's always been a baller, a hothead, but he's got the techers and tenacity and game intelligence as well. We're going to need to be right at our game, not to slump into the mire. We did say 7 points. Well, Carragher said 7 points was an absolute minimum out of these 3 fixtures. And we've got 3 points now. If we lose one game, 7 points is unrealistic and Slot is still in trouble. But they're going to give Slot time and time and time to turn around the game because they've backed him with the money. He's a Premier League winning champion. He's a young manager who's learning, right? I think Neil Atkins said he's a young manager who's learning and learning from his mistakes. But you can't give him any credit. You cannot give him any credit or any leeway whatsoever when you see that the same tactic over and over again is failing, and he's failing to understand that when we're under the cosh in the 6th position, getting piled on by long throws and free kicks, you can't have Gravenberch vacate position to roam forward to try to break the deadlock. Sometimes you have to be defensively responsible, form a solid foundation, protect Van Dijk, protect Konate, and tuck in and wait for your opportunities. It's no surprise we played better against Unai Emery's Aston Villa, against Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid, right? It's no surprise that we played good against these kind of teams where tactically they were trying to outplay us on the deck and not resorting to set pieces and long throws. Well, we could play a natural game and we could even press them on occasion. Slot has to smarten up and fix up and look sharp and become shiny, become the shiny one, up the shiny one again when you're under pressure, under the cosh, and you need a result. Rely on different players. Don't rely on a Mo Salah pulling you out of the bag in 90 minutes. He can do it on occasion. He's got that skill set. He's got that skill and trick card where he goes for 90 minutes, but the team's not built around him, and he's a liability defensively. He can still contribute. He's still a talented player. He's still got world-class talent on occasion, but it's definitely right to drop him. And you see how balanced our lineup is without Mo Salah in the lineup, right? And you think about it for a second, Szoboszlai and Gomez is the way to go to lock down our right-hand side, nullify the left-hand side of the opposition, and that is a basis that we build from and go. That allows Florian Wirtz and Isak to predominantly focus on working between the lines to getting the ball to Isak to finish with aplomb. You channel every ball into Wirtz. Wirtz will get you up the field, bypassing the press, distributing the ball. He's different level, different gravy, and then Isak will get the chances and get delivery. Isak had 3 chances on occasion. One fluffed when Gakpo did an intelligent step over, when actually I thought Gakpo could have hammered it home himself, and Isak fluffed it over the bins, over top lines. When you're fluffing the ball and not even hitting the target, right, you give yourself zero chance to score a goal. But now he's got that goal, hopefully everything, like the first shot on target now goes in. A word for Hugo Ekitike. Wow, he can take the ball in the difficult situations, progress the ball higher up the field, and looks immaculate, looks immense, looks absolutely destined for great stuff and world-class mantra name tag on his name. He is different class in terms of movement, taking the ball under pressure, tiki-taka, one touch going forward. He looks like a proper slot striker to me, which is surprising why we got Isak and Ekitike. But look, we got them. Let's build around them. This is the first year of a 5-year transition. We could have transitioned the first season. We won the Premier League with Klopp's squad. Let's put that in the mentality. I love how people say that. No, Arne Slot tactically out-tactic the opposition, but the opposition also dropped like rocks and not really handed us the title, but they weren't really competing or competitive. Now, Arsenal are only 9 points ahead of us. You say that out loud. If we grab a win, snatch and grab against at Arsenal at the Emirates, that's 6 points. And Arsenal are Spursy. They are very, very Spursy. Similar to Tottenham Hotspurs. It might be the North London kind of thing, right? North London derby. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible to say. They couldn't even dismantle a one-man down Chelsea for the majority of the game. Man City are only 5 points behind Arsenal. They're plucky. Man City are plucky. Foden bailed them out as well. They're not having the greatest seasons. But I don't think this is a totally class season because we're not seeing world-class performances week in, week out. This is a grindy, dirty, muggy, dirty waters, Pirate Bay kind of thing, right? Oh, those torrents. Yes, so what I'm trying to say is Liverpool are not without a hope. We definitely need to land in the Champions League places for sure. You look at people ahead of us, Manchester United. They beat us. Can't believe that. Rupen interim. Beat a Crystal Palace who has a voodoo hex doll over Liverpool, right? Sunderland, Brighton, Aston Villa, Chelsea. If we beat Sunderland, right, we go above them. That's much needed. Chelsea, sporadic, burly economics. Millions of youngsters coming good. They've got a good team. Solid, but inconsistent. Manchester City have a weak underbelly. I can't believe we've got stuff for them so bad. Arne Slot came in with a totally wrong mentality for that one. We can overcome Brighton as well. Hursley's team. So, yeah, things are looking better, but we're not out of the dump yet. Arne Slot has to prove that he's willing to drop Mo Salah on many an occasion to balance the side with a right-footed inside forward who can play Gomez in. Gomez shores the back line. Frimpong will be a great addition coming back as well, that recovery pace. We have to show that we can drop Cody Gakpo as well. We have to show that we can build around Florian Wirtz. We can give Isak proper time on the ball. I love to see Endo come on to close off the game as well. Where is all this criticism from Endo can't play whatever in the slot system? I don't get it, especially from all the fellow content creators who were eulogizing about him when in a slot system, right, he came on and closed up shop. And we never conceded when Endo was on. We just don't concede. And he's got the dark arts to break up the tempo of the opposition as well. Miyazaki man, Ichiban, Liverpool fan and community. Ichiban as well. Me and Andy Cantwell doing the footies on episode tomorrow. Check it out. We're going to talk about some players of the past as well. You don't want to miss it. General football. Love that banter. Love that man. Love every Liverpool fan as well, especially in this community. Drop a like. Help me beat the YouTube algorithm. Views are on the up, baby. So let's get it on. I spent way too much for Black Friday. Jane means ciao. Have a good week, y'all. I'm smiling.